Why the fuck? Now, if Kyle had the ability to do this, that'd be great. But why the fuck do you expect any normal human being to throw themselves on their sword for you when you spent the entire time calling him a white nationalist, black person murderer? If you act a certain way towards somebody, like it's pretty predictable which way they're gonna go. It was pretty obvious the second everything happened what side Rittenhouse was gonna be on at the end of the day for everything, which is to be like basically a puppet for the insane conservative losers. Oh boy.
All this play again now. I wonder like if Kyle is getting all this play again now because of this shooting. I wonder like, you know, like he's turning up all of a sudden on various programs. He was on Charlie Kirk's show yesterday or the day after or day before. Now he's on Tucker Carlson's. Sometimes, you know, somebody just needs a guest and they get him. And then, you know, one of these shows, they say, oh, he got good clicks. Let's have him on. But I wonder if it's not also because in the wake of this shooting, they want to present their hero with the gun. Here's the good guy with the gun who killed people, but it was okay. And let's be clear, he killed them with a gun.
Thanks, Sam. Indeed he did. He did.
Here is Tucker Carlson talking about Kyle Rittenhouse versus big tech.
Kyle Rittenhouse is the founder of the Media Accountability Project. Todd McMurtry is his lawyer.
Pause it for 1 second. Just remember, Media Accountability Project. That's going to be an important thing to keep in mind. Hold the media to account for their misinformation and fake news.
Is his lawyer. They join us now to explain what they're doing. Thanks to you both for coming on. Tell us, Kyle, good to see you. What action are you taking against the tech companies that made this defamation possible?
Well, we're going to make the media pay for what they did to me.
I just want to say, okay? Dude, nobody believes in anything they talk about, okay? If you're a conservative and you're visiting my channel, you have to be cognizant of this, okay? That none of you guys actually give a fuck, okay? How many of you motherfuckers for fucking years, okay, made fun of that fucking autistic Swedish girl? What the fuck is her name? The climate change one. Fuck, what's her name? Somebody tell Greta Thunberg or whatever, and you're like, oh, you can't have children representing important stuff like this. They're just kids. What do they know? But like, throw the fucking 19-year-old Rittenhouse up there. Soy, yes, King, lead us into the new movement. Yes, into the new age of media responsibility. Like, bro, this kid is 19 years old. Why the fuck would I give a fuck what he has to? Not to say that he wasn't wrong by the media, he was, and not to say that like he's worth covering, but like that dichotomy is very funny to me. Okay.
It made it hard for me to live a normal life. I can't go out into public. I can't go to the store. It's hard for me to go anywhere without security. Shoot, doing basic things like taking my dog to the dog park is difficult. So
pause it for 1 second. So for those of you at home who do not speak right wing, let me translate. My killing 2 people with a gun at a protest where I was a self-appointed protector of some like
a car wash
or some other stores has caused me to be infamous in certain circles around the country.
It's not.
I think the translation was that irresponsible media pundits like Sam Seder, who covered this story disingenuously, probably helped to foment a fuck ton of negative sentiment towards somebody like Rittenhouse, who, if he was black and had shot white people at a fucking conservative protest, you would probably be on your knees filleting right now, talking about how brave he was, how much of a hero he was, that he was protecting his property against horrible white nationalists, and he was preserving the character of the neighborhood, blah, 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 blah. If the races were reversed on just the shooter, because obviously all the people shot were white, you would actually be guzzling buckets of his cum, like, every day. But we could pretend like it wouldn't be otherwise, Sam, okay?
The way people are talking about it, bro, it's what you did.
I mean, and to be clear, a jury found him not guilty of murder or any other charges. I think he just gets to walk free after killing 2. This is
still killing.
Yeah, that's what an affirmative defense is, Sam. That's right. That is indeed how self-defense works. You could kill somebody and not be convicted for manslaughter or homicide, depending on how it goes. That is indeed how it works. Thank you, Sam. Crazy, huh?
People.
And let's be clear, found him not guilty of murder or any other charges. I think he just gets to walk free after killing two.
Still killed people.
And let's be clear, he's obviously attempting to go after the defamers out there. So I want to be very clear. He killed two people with a gun. He killed two people with a gun because he was ostensibly protecting some businesses in a town, the neighboring town.
The neighboring town, says Sam the suburbanite, who probably doesn't even know what fucking city he's in half the time because 75 of them are all fucking crunched together in any fucking suburban area you're at in any metropolitan area in the United States. Like, Christ, dude, the amount of well poisoning. There's more poison than water in the well at this point. Oh my fucking God. At least he didn't do the state lines thing. At least he said neighboring town. So I guess it's like a little bit better, you know? Jesus.
Self-appointed guardian of those things.
Doing basic things like taking my dog to the dog park is difficult. So they made it really difficult to be normal, and they affected future job opportunities to me. I don't think I'll ever be able to work or get a job because I'm afraid an employer may not hire me.
Okay, pause it for 1 second. You know, here's the other thing. As he's trying to build his damages case against them on TV. You know who is not going to be able to get a job?
The people
or
you
walk
killed.
their dog or have really any sense of normalcy since Kyle killed them with his weapon are the people that he killed.
Well, maybe they should have been trying to attack somebody to protest with a fucking AR-15, Sam. It's not that hard. I have ran at 0 people in my entire life with weapons. Never in my life have I ever thought, I'm gonna go and try to fist fight the dude with the AR-15 while screaming that I'm gonna beat the shit out of him. Never done that before in my life.
Or even the guy he maimed and shot his arm off, basically.
Maimed and shot his arm off? Was this the guy that ran right up to him with a fucking pistol aimed in his face? Is that the one, guys, or am I misremembering? The one whose arm he shot off, who still has his arm, by the way.
Yeah, probably can't have so much normalcy going forward. Continue.
I'm afraid an employer may not hire me.
You know, I think that's entirely fair because of the lies repeated for over a year by the tech platforms that are not journalists. They're soldiers in some sort of weird partisan war they're fighting. So what do you...
Yeah, you know, I was going to hire the guy who...
Like, imagine if a lefty was telling this side of the story from the other end, right? Who was the first person that Rittenhouse shot? A convicted, pedophile, white man running around and screaming the N-word at a BLM protest. All of those facts are true, by the way, which is, I can't say the same for half the shit they say on this show, but all of those facts are true. We have him on camera saying the N-word. Now, it was with the soft A, but these dumb fucks never differentiate anyway. On camera, saying the N-word, running around being provocative, convicted sex offender. Like, it's unreal, dude.
Showed up at a protest as the...
Yep, straw man coming from Destiny. Jimmy Ramos in YouTube chat. What am I straw manning? Please tell me.
The self-appointed defender of some of the stores there and ended up shooting, multiple people, killing 2 of them. I was going to hire that guy until I read on Google that he was not nice.
I mean, I'm glad Tucker and Kyle are coming around on how bad at-will employment is and the need for a state-provided job for those who can't find one elsewhere.
Yeah, he could have been a security guard somewhere.
Epic. Epic meme.
But instead, he's doing the Media Accountability Project to hold people to account because a lot of these media outlets present lies as if it's truth. They don't do fact checking. So people can come on there and make assertions and then find out that these assertions are not true. Here is Kyle Rittenhouse on the Charlie Kirk program.
He's ready to make this is like he's ready to make it. Wow, everybody, it's a big deal, right here on the Charlie Kirk show. Kyle Rittenhouse is announcing that he's an Aggie.
So I'm going to be going there. It's going to be awesome. Beautiful campus, amazing people, amazing food. We went to Dixie's Chicken there. Best burgers I've ever had.
That's why he's going.
Dixie's Chicken, everybody.
Now, you know what they say at A&M? They say gig 'em.
Gig 'em.
And you know how they say hello? They say howdy.
Howdy.
So there you go. And so are you gonna join the Corps of Cadets?
I haven't decided yet. I may.
You know what you should. You know what Kyle should do?
I don't want to watch any more of this. This is so absurd. So the guy's going to be an Aggie. What is it? He's going to what is the
Texas A&M.
Texas A&M. What did the Texas A&M say about that? Let's see. NBC News reporting Kyle Rittenhouse claims that he's going to Texas A&M. The university begs to differ. Oh, that is weird. Scroll up. What happened there? Okay, and however, a university official said he won't be attending the school. He has not been admitted as a student this summer or fall, the university spokesperson Kelly Brown said on Monday afternoon.
What was he thinking in that Kirk appearance?
Well, first off, maybe he needs to gin up some work for...
Is it possible that he meant he was just going to try to like go to Texas A&M, or maybe he hasn't applied? Like, is this the fake news that we're calling out here? This is what we're going to call fake news. Oh, he's going to a community college first. That's apparently a pipeline school. What a weird thing to like call out misinformation over. But okay, Sam.
His media accountability project, and the first case that they're going to get on is they're going to move against the Charlie Kirk show.
This was a test
for misreporting and just letting their guest claim.
So I don't understand why a lot of my audience was pissed off when I had a discussion with Sam Seder. I don't know when you talked to him, Lewis. Sam Seder used to be like pretty based. Like he was like one of the few pillars that held the show together. Aside a bunch of, I don't mean to sound sexist, but for some reason, like every woman that has ever been on the show is just fucking insane. It used to be Jamie and some other person, and he used to be like the person that kind of held it down. But I don't know. He's changed, man. They've all changed. They've all changed. Can you die?
Have you noticed that every YouTube news show does this thing where they have set members laugh at all the jokes behind the camera? Annoying meta.
That he's going somewhere and he's not.
I mean, Media Accountability Project, media accountable yourself, please.
Exactly.
The Kyle Rittenhouse Accountability Project.
I wonder if it would be, that I'm surprised that there's not a school that was not impressed by a college essay that could have been one of the leadership moments I've had in my life when I was in high school was when I took my semi-automatic weapon and heard that there was people protesting police brutality and the fact that black people are targeted by cops on a regular basis.
That wasn't what they were protesting, Sam. What they were protesting was a 15-second clip of what appeared to be a black man getting shot 6 times in the back for no reason that was massively propagated by outlets like your own that didn't do their homework or their research first. There was a city getting torn up by protests that were inspired by fake news. Like, that's what was actually happening. They weren't there to just generally protest. Why would he lie about this? This is on the record. We all know why people were there protesting. People weren't protesting in Kenosha over random fucking police violence. They were there protesting over Jacob Blake. Why are you pretending it was just like a general protest? That's not the case.
And so I went down ostensibly to protect the Piggly Wiggly or whatever it was, some business, and ended up shooting 2 people dead and maiming 1.
Yeah, colleges, I think, look down on that compared to like Spanish Club or something like that.
Well, maybe they appreciate it, but maybe he's not a very good writer.
You didn't say how that...
So this is all the more cringe due to the fact that he's just going to a community school
Exactly.
that's in the pipeline.
What
huh?
I
So this
learned
whole segment
was,
is just fucking...
that I wonder what he did learn from that. That's probably
Well,
the
I
problem.
think that's really the problem that he's found himself in. Is
Yeah.
like, what is the what did you do, and how have you reacted to that, and is that reaction the right one, or maybe like a contrary one would be like, I'm sorry for what I did. I should have never picked up a gun and gone and take that into my own hands.
Yeah.
Why the fuck? Now, if Kyle had the ability to do this, shit, Peace Coast's not here, right? Because he's gonna get triggered when I say this stuff. If Kyle had the ability to do this, that'd be great. But why the fuck would you expect any normal human being to throw themselves on their sword for you when you spent the entire time calling him a white nationalist,
Destiny through Vosh.
black person murderer?
No,
Like,
I hate Vosh and love Destiny. Except his Rittenhouse take.
if you act a certain way towards somebody, like it's pretty predictable which way they're gonna go. Like, I don't understand why that would be shocking to anybody. It was pretty obvious the second everything happened what side Rittenhouse was gonna be on at the end of the day for everything. Which is to be like basically a puppet for the insane fucking conservative losers.
Exactly. I've made some mistakes. And I regret that because 2 people died because I killed them.
Because they attacked him first, but, you know. Jury verdicts are only good when they agree with our people. Chauvin, that was good. Rittenhouse, that was bad.
I killed them with a gun. And so I feel a little bit of regret. Or just like, no, I think this made me a stronger person.
A lot of these people like to portray me as a hero, and I like the attention I get when I go on Charlie Kirk's show. That's what I learned.
Yeah, what I learned is that one of the best ways to become a celebrity is to kill 2 people at a protest. Now, of course, that can go either way. White communists' opinion is that Kyle Rittenhouse did not go to protect a business. He went to intimidate left-wing protesters for Black lives.
Any evidence of that whatsoever? Or can we make the same types of speculations against like black people that are victims of the police? I don't think there was ever a video ever shown where Rittenhouse was intimidating anybody ever. There actually, my bad, I just fake newsed you. There was one video that showed Rittenhouse intimidating people. It was about 12 pixels where the prosecution was trying to argue that Kyle raised his rifle in a threatening manner. That was the totality of evidence brought by the state to prove that. So Sam is actually just making shit up here. Just completely and totally 100% in the wrong.
This is what white supremacist paramilitaries have done since Ferguson. Rittenhouse was acting like a Hitler Youth with a full confidence of a 1960 Mississippi Klansman policing a civil rights march.
True.
Let's not push the right strategic lies.
Absolutely. That sounds like a super
I mean, I
fair.
think that's, I was just going along, but I understand your point. And that is a valid opinion.
Yeah, dude.
In my estimation. All right.
Absolutely.
I mean, I buy that. I also think like just stating his explicit motivations was like, I killed to defend property. Like that's what he said. That is like, to me, like that's the formula for fascism.
Right.
He didn't. First of all, that has nothing. Killing for property has nothing to do with fascism. Number one. Okay. Number two. That's not what he said ever. And number three, that's not what he did. He didn't kill anybody in defense of property. He killed people in self-defense. Do you think he would actually? How do you? Does this meet your bar for misinformation? You'd be comfortable to deplatform majority of... Well, like, I always said that, like, it's hard to enforce misinformation because everybody's going to disagree on what misinformation is. But, like, yeah, in my perfect world, like, this type of stuff is only making everybody worse off. There's absolutely no benefit to these types of, like, media outfits. Like, you're poisoning the discourse when you're just making up lies and shit. There's not, like, a valid... There's just nothing valid. There's no validity to this type of stuff. It's just insane. But, hey, what are you going to do? Is refusing to donate to charity also a form of considering property more important than life since you could have saved more lives if you didn't? What? No?